Good rise, everyone. Good rise, good rise, good rise, good rise, African children. It is a collective enlightenment for us all. Good rise, good rise, good rise, everyone. It's a collective enlightenment for all African children. Please like and share. Like and share. If you have a question regarding African spirituality, please just leave that on the comment section. Please like and share. Please like and share. Our way of life is our spirituality. What they call spirituality is our way of life, the way we express life, the way we live. Light and dark, you're welcome. Great rising, my brother. You're welcome. It's good to have you here. Please like and share. Like and share. A speaker of truth does not fear faces. Speak your truth and allow people bear the responsibility of what to do with it. Africa is the original land. You remember there used to be black Indians. There used to be black Indians before the whites. Please like and share. Is a collective enlightenment for all African children. If you have a question regarding African spirituality, you can leave that on the comment section. If you also have a dream, please leave it on the comment section so we can just tackle it. Please like and share. Thank you, goodness. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Please like. Hit that button so you can have some audience. Thank you, goodness. Appreciate that. It's a collective enlightenment for all African children. This is a time for truth. Speak your truth. Thank you, Rita. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. You're welcome, Joe for God. Love Lady One. Thank you so much. Good rise. You're welcome. Rita Ella, you're welcome. Please, if you have a dream, leave that on the comment section. Please like. It's a collective enlightenment for all African children. If you have a question, you can also leave that on the comment section, please. If you have a dream, it's a good day to share our dreams. It's a bright, sunny day. So please like and share. Like and share. Like and share. Like and share. Good rise, Kelly. It's good to have you here. Good rise. Ma, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that gift. It's a collective enlightenment. How can we remember our dreams? I shared something about that. If you get hibiscus flower and 7 cowries, tie it on a white handkerchief, put under your pillow, you will dreaming and remembering them.
Good morning, sir.
Good rise. What does it mean when someone smells your under armpit? Is it a man or a woman? Nijo, you're welcome. Blessed be.
It's a woman.
Go ahead.
Good morning. So, sir, I have
Good
a
rise.
dream. I have a dream.
Okay.
The dream goes like this: that I was in that dream, just like somebody give me a baby. That baby, it was so big. just like a 3 months or 4 months child. The mother told me that the pikin was crying, and I asked the mother why this child is crying. He didn't say anything, and I noticed that the pampers of this baby is full. First of all, I changed the baby because I want to take him out. I changed him. Later, I noticed that the pampers is
Thank
full,
you. Thank you, Joe, for good.
and when the pampers was full, I was so the mother didn't even change this pikin before he gave me this child. I was so annoyed.
Thank you,
And
ma.
I was trying to change the baby. When I come out the pampers, I see that the baby was messed up. It was the poo was everywhere. I come out the pampers and the child continue poo poo for ground. I said,
Is
wow,
a good.
why?
That is new money. It's a new beginning that has to do with money. You're about to make some
Really?
money. Yeah, it's money.
So I take the baby, I'm trying to wash
It's
the
about
the
financial improvement. So if things have been a little rough,
uh,
it's going to get better very soon. It's going to take you by surprise. Poo is money. Children in a dream
uh,
signifies new beginning. You're stepping into something new and big.
and the
Jumping across, jumping across fire is about facing your fears, taking a leap into something you've been trying to make a decision about. You know, it's about making a decision you've been carrying about something, and is a hard decision. So your spirit guide is letting you know that even though it seems difficult, they got you. So you just have to take that decision. It might look crazy. It might seem like it's about to take away all your life. I'm talking to you, love lady. You might think like your life ends there. A lot of emotions. So go ahead and take that decision, because you will only find yourself in the end. Go ahead, ma.
okay, so on the dream I was when I was washing the baby, I asked someone there because there is a little children there, many
Mm,
more than five little children there.
yes.
I was trying to ask somebody, one kid there, please tell the mother to
Thank you,
give me
Niger.
another, tell the mother to give me another pampers. And the mother was telling me there is not any pampers, that you don't have
Greetings,
any
Onome.
pampers again. I was to do? What am I going to do? Because I cannot leave this child like this. So,
Is is money, new money, money. Something, yes, it's about new money. Children means new beginning, new beginning. So if you see them pooing and you're cleaning the poo, is money. You're about to make some money in your business, whatever you're doing. You're about to make clean cash. It's not going to come immediately, you know, but you just have to be patient. Whatever you're going through right now is about to end. Is about to end. Yes.
that what was the meaning inside the dream? Somebody was putting just like somebody was putting camera inside the house. That house that I saw myself, that I see myself into that dream. Somebody was putting camera. And the person, after they put the camera finish, the person, he saw everybody to come and test the camera. Let him see if that camera is working. And everybody, all of us, I carried this baby for hand. I go there. He was looking, he was just touching that camera if that is working. It's there that I wake up.
Yes, you see, camera is about memory, is about celebration, is about coming into light. You know, like you're seeing me from afar through this camera right now. You know, I always say it here that our subconscious will use something that our physical reality can relate to. So if your subconsciousness want to give you a message, thank you. They will use something you understand very well in your physical existence, so they will pass that message to you. Remember, you are a god, so your subconsciousness will relate to you in a way that you can quickly understand. But because of the body, which is limited, we don't usually understand the things of the spirit. But what that thing mean is, this new money, this new something that is coming into your life, this new beginning is going to bring money and is going to bring you into a limelight. That is what camera means. And again, camera can be used to monitor people, which means it's going to also attract so many jealousy. Carla Thompson Smith, good rise. Yeah, I always have you here. Thank you so much for being here. So that is the meaning of your dream. You're coming into Sasinara. Thank you so much. Greetings. You're coming into a light.
Okay.
Yes, little children. Little children is about new beginning. Like I said, whenever you see children in a dream, is a new beginning. And if you see a house, a house in a dream refers us. Why? Because our subconsciousness will use something we can relate to. So they will use a house because you live in a house. So they will use a house to relate to you how you're doing spiritually or physically at the moment. Thank you, Jen Love. You're welcome. We talk about dreams because there is no consultation. There is no afa or any ifa you can do that is more than your dreams, because your dream is a true message coming from the subconscious part of yourself. So the dream is very important. Good Rise, Blena, Gem Love, you're welcome. Is a collective enlightenment here. We talk about everything about African spirituality. So today, I want to talk about our deities and why is it that people are killing a lot of bloods in the name of appeasing the deities, and what is a deity truly, and what is African expression of the deity. So when our ancestors talk about the deities, what do they mean? So that is what I will be talking about. Alongside with that, if you have a dream, you can drop it on the comment section. If you have a question or something you would like to touch light, you can also request live, just as Ma has done. Yes, it's a collective. Thank you. Just what you need to do is be positive and do not expect, because sometimes our manifestation is delayed because we are always revisiting it. When you're revisiting a manifestation, you're creating triple, double of that energy, so it will take time. You're creating different pictures, and up to the extent yourself will get confused and the universe will get confused. They want to manifest for you. So you have to mind the way you state your mindset is. So remove your mind from whatever you are manifesting at this moment. Engage your mind in something else.
Okay.
Great Rasink, everyone. Thank you so much. You're welcome. And thank you for those gifts. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Please share. Is a collective enlightenment. Please hit that like button. We'll be talking about our deities, and a lot of African children these days, we don't understand what our ancestors is talking about when they say deity. Somebody said, I saw a cow chasing me in a dream. A cow in a dream signifies karmic. A cow in a dream signifies karmic. It's karmic. A cow, anything about a cow in a dream, when you see a cow in a dream, it signifies karmic. But if you see a buffalo signifies ancestral inheritance, and it signifies strength too. Yes, poo means money, Joe, for God. Somebody is going to give you a contract within this within March. It's really close. It's close. That is why you saw that. It's a good dream. So what is our deity? Our deity is the physical expression of our innermost consciousness. Now, what you kill in blood as a deity is actually something that exists within. Yes, somebody can be initiated without the normal initiation of struggle. Even suffering can initiate you into spirituality. Queen, you need to, if you don't live in your village, please go home. If you don't live in your village, go home, contact me. I will tell you what to do. The spirit of your ancestors is requesting for your attention. They need to use you. You know, there's some there is some work. Yes, there is something you need to do. Before you traveled out of your village, you did not pack the sand to pray. You didn't pack the sand. You didn't ask your ancestors that you want to leave. Yes, if you saw slaughtered cows, it signifies money. Slaughtered cow signifies money, but it's not money that is going to stay too much, So you need to be very, very rigid the way you spend it when that money comes. It's going to be a bulk money, but it's not going to last, So be very, very careful. Light and dark, be careful how you're spending. Queen, you need the sand from your village, okay? If you can get it, contact me. I will tell you what to do, okay? It's very, very important. The sand from your village, most importantly, if they can get it close to the river. Yes, white is about balance and purity. Mkburumma, you're welcome. White is about balance and purity, So a river in a dream signifies balance. It signifies balance. So if you live abroad, please pack the sand of your ancestors, especially if you have ancestors who suffered in the land, and maybe after slavery they lived back there and later on they have died. Pack the sand. That what you were doing is what they call paying homage. Bring the soul of your ancestors back to Africa, okay? And everything in your life will speed up. Your ancestors wants to be free. Their soul is crying. All of you there in diaspora, the soul of our ancestors is in pain. So you need to bring them back home. Pack the sand. You know the name of your ancestors. Pack the sand, travel down to Africa, anywhere in Africa, place the sand in a river and bid them farewell so they can reincarnate. So they can reincarnate. A man must come back home so he can die in peace. Please like and share is a collective enlightenment. So Sasi, initiation, how do Africans initiate? These new Africans don't know how we initiate. What we call spiritual initiation is counted from your birthday up to the full moon or after the full moon, because there is a reason why you are to be naturally initiated into the source. What is the source? The enlightenment within. So the day you should come into the ancestral home to be initiated should be on the day of your birthday. So you will stay 21 days from the day of your birthday. You stay 21 days to meet the full moon. So within that 21 days, everything you are giving is being regulated. Even the kind of food you are giving is mostly bush food, plants. So before full moon, you will be elevated consciously. Simple. That is how Africans initiated people. But today, a lot of our initiates, they don't have this knowledge anymore. So they just bring people and initiate you. Some people will stay just like 3 days, 4 days, and mostly 1 week. Then you go. No, we initiate. They ask you the day you were born. So the day you were born is the day you will come into the home of initiation. So the process begins from that day till 21 days. You will not sleep with anyone, no sexual intercourse, and everything you eat will be regulated. No alcohol, Get sand from the beach your ancestors was taken as a slave. Then bring it back to Africa. Bring that sand back to Africa. The land your ancestors was taken as a slave. Their aura exists there. Their DNA exists on the land. So just pack the sand, come back to Africa, and rest their soul. Bring back them. When you want to pack it, tell them you're taking them home. That it's been a long time they have been crying so that they can reincarnate. They haven't reincarnated yet. Their soul is in pain. Yes, exam. When you see somebody who you are working for and you're taking exam, that person is a supervisor. The man you're working for, Joe for God, is testing you, and probably from him you will get a lot of people. He will advertise you. So you need to pay very close attention and do your work diligently. Please do not do any kone with that man. He's watching you closely to know if you're a truthful person. That is the examination you're going to. So make sure you're sincere with him. Thank you, Sassy. So, like I said, what is our deity? A deity is the expression of our highest consciousness. So why do you keep blood upon a deity that exists outside of you? That you don't even know what is related to that deity within. If you talk about African spirituality as a whole, from Igbo, Cameroon, all of it, South Africa, all of them, all of the African continent, United Africa, our spirituality is about rising the consciousness within. And that is the only deity we know about. The Orishas is the accompanier of the human consciousness. So everything about African spirituality is about the expression of our energy and consciousness. So we acknowledge that very well, and when we give libation, we respect our ancestors who have passed on, just as they are related and dwells within us. So we give them that acknowledgement. That is how we raise a deity. A deity cannot be raised outside of you, but only be raised within. We are the deity. You are the deity. When we talk about Eledumare, like the Igbo people talk about the Achi and the Chineke and all that, we are talking about the human consciousness. Eledumare is the consciousness that rules the human essence. That consciousness is what they call Eledumare, because it's governing the whole essence of the human being. Just as we talk about the Chi. That is why, to break it down, they called it the Ori, which is the head. They know that the head is important because the head is embodying something that balances the above and the below. We understand that there is a duality that exists within a human being, and that duality is the above and the below. And what is the above and the below? The upper deity and the lower deity. What is the lower deity? The lower deity is the femina. Why is it the femina? Because it creates something very important to humans. What is that thing that is very important? That thing that is very important is your secretion. And that is the only thing they are removing from us, to understand that this can be used to create, and also be used to create enlightenment. So they told us to meditate. When you meditate, it doesn't mean you have attained consciousness. Meditation does not bring consciousness to people. No. You can only meditate to cool your spirit and cool your mind and all that. That is what you're meditating for. So if you have to meditate because you're waiting to rise something or to channel something within, you have to meditate properly. So the deity within, that is the feminine, which is called the Oshun or Eke in Igbo language, is the mother of the secretion, which the religion people, they call it Mary and whatsoever they choose to call it. So in Africa we have the feminine and the masculine within the human existence, and I am so disappointed, because everything that have to do with a woman within African spirituality have been demonized. Nobody talks about it, because if you go to Igbo, they only rise their chi without even knowing the Eke. And who is rising their chi? They are killing blood outside for their chi. But the chi, you have to rise it within. It's within you, and you have to use your secretion. This secretion is called consciousness, because it can be used to create a conscious human being. Look at me today. Look at my body, how I am. I was once a liquid without form. And today, through the help of my originator and my creator, which is my mother and my father, look at me today. I am a breathing human being, breathing life. And I can create. So, it's either you're supporting civilization by creating with your secretion, or you are using your secretion to elevate yourself in order to elevate the whole world. Because when you are healed, you have opened a door to heal other people. You're welcome, Good Rice Chacha, you're welcome. So these are the deities. When the Eke creates this secretion, it moves to the head, which is the Chi, the masculine. The Chi receives it. Remember, here is the Chi, and also dwells a man and a woman, which is the left brain and the right brain. You know, the right brain is feminine because it's what processes information, thoughts, emotions, and feelings. And the masculine does what? Processes your aggression. Like when you want to protect yourself when you're being hurt, or somebody wants to attack you, and the masculine will come up. That is the masculine side of you. So this deity is not something we should be worshipping on the outside, but rather acknowledge them on the outside, but worship yourself. A lot of people don't believe in themselves. That is why they are not manifesting in them life. So you have to believe in yourself so much that you know that there is no other God. Okay, when you pray to that God in heaven, who goes out to hustle? Okay, when you pray to that God in heaven, you should have sit down in one place, allow the God to provide for you. Just like you sat down, your mother and your father provided for you in a certain period of your life. That is how God should be protecting you and providing for you. But who was responsible for that care over you? That was your parents. I mean, at that time we used to sit down. Nobody knows how life is. We just sit, and daddy will provide. Mama will provide. Mama will cook. and give us, we eat. That is how a God provides for his children. So today they have made us to separate ourselves from the God within and give it to an imaginary existence. Okay, the imaginary existence we are giving our inner expression as a deity to. Thank you, goodness. That God should be throwing manners from heaven for us every day, just like they said in the Bible. But nobody think about that. The only people who have provided this manna for us is our parents. No other person have done that successfully. And the only person who have created mankind according to their own image is a womb man. And the originator, who is the father. And so it's either a child is looking like the mother or is looking like the father. So it's either the child is taking the characteristics of the mother or the characteristics of the father. So those are your original God. That is why when we were younger, we see them as God. So even when we don't have and we wish for something, we expected them to provide it. That is how you look upon a God. And then we gave that expression of worship to an imaginary God. We became lazy. We no longer stand up and do something for our own self. We pray and wait upon a God. When you have hope, you're having hope because what you're praying to doesn't exist in the first place. That is why you're having faith. You have faith because it might happen or it might not happen at all. So faith is not assured. Okay, why pray to God and then stand up and go work for yourself? You should have sat down and let hunger kill you. Yes. You pray to God and yet you stand up to go and work. And after working and killing yourself, all of that stress, you give that thanks to an imaginary God. Black mentality. And when you eat, you give thanks. When you hustle for the food, God was not there. Even when you're matured as a man and a woman, a full-grown woman, your mother will still call you and ask you, how are you doing? I hope you had something to eat. That is why a father and a mother would never give their child stone when they have bread. Why? Because they are your original creator. They can never betray you. No matter how evil your parents are, you are still their child. They created you. So they already know that our creator can be evil and also be good. So if you choose if you had a bad creator in life, which means your parents are not good to you, you choose that. So before you blame your parents for being evil, blame yourself for choosing to be in that family. It was your choice. You might not remember it now. You might not. But that choice was totally yours. And you came to liberate that family and to change the evil in that family. So why are you complaining? That is what makes you a deity. So why are you killing blood to things that doesn't even exist? You raise a stone and you kill blood on it. In ancient days in Africa, just like my tradition, Ubuni Ikpabi is a cave deity. We use it to recognize nature and appease nature for what it is. It's gratitude. We don't kill blood on stones, no. We don't worship an external creature, no. We don't pray. What do? We command things and they happen. And now you pray, you beg. And after begging, you go out and you walk. You don't even believe in yourself. You are the deity. Every deity you hear them talk about in African religion, you are the deity. When you talk about Akwali signifies creation, signifies woman. And what is a woman? A woman creates. If you are a man and you are able to create, to have a craft, to nurture a craft, to express that craft and to create something, you have a feminine within. Why? Because a woman creates. And as a person, as a human being, you can only create because you have that energy to create. You have a woman within. You have energy, a feminine energy that creates. And that force that gives you the energy to stand up and work, that is the masculine side of yourself. A speaker of truth does not fear faces. You are the creator of everything, Quinty. You are the creator of anything. It is about time in Africa we need to be open-minded, you know. We have to be really open-minded, because if you are open-minded as a spiritual African person, when a religious person talks about Jesus, you will not get irritated or even get angry. Why? Because you understand what it truly means. You know, you understand. This is the time to understand things and express them the way it should be. A lot of people hate it when we talk about what our ancestors went through, but we have to talk about it because we have a generation coming. Thank you so much, Quinty. Thank you so much. You know. So if you believe so much in that God, why stand up and go and walk? You sit down, just like you sat in your parents' house and they provided for you, like the God they are. A God will never allow their offspring to suffer. That is why they fed you, they provided for you, they bought clothes for you, they did everything, they bet you. That is what a God does. So the one in heaven, can you tell me one thing they have done for you? Some people will say, they helped me secure a job. If you have sat at home, will you secure the job? You would have just sat at home and never tell anybody you needed a job, and you would die of hunger. Yes, some God killed their offsprings. Yes, that is the greed, that is the selfishness, that is the wickedness, that is the world we live in. People can express evil because we have made of good and bad. And so the reason why there is so much hatred and evil is because from little they taught you to embrace the perfection and throw away your imperfections. You can imagine. But people don't know that your imperfection is the true expression of yourself. Imperfect in me is my true self. So why throw it away? Why teach your children to embrace only perfection? Teach them about their imperfection so that they can see it with their own eyes and embrace their demons. Know how to control them. Yes. In fact, the devil you're talking about, if you change it, if you change that word devil, it means lived. So if you are a devil because you have lived. You know? So the word devil also means lived. When the people don't know themselves, they can easily be deceived. You know? You talk about witchcraft in Africa, everybody will start running away. But they don't even know what the meaning of witch means. Witch doesn't mean bad thing. A witch is a wise. The word witch means wise. So what is witchcraft? It means wise craft. It means you're crafting from the balance you have created within. You know, some people will tell you, go and meditate, you have a balance within yourself. What are you meditating for? Do you know the meaning of meditation in the first place? You're meditating because you have to be watchful. What are you being watchful about? You're being watchful because you're waiting for something. And what is that thing? Your secretion. You have to use it to elevate yourself. That is the word channeling. That is what it means. Yes, they lived long because of the kind of food they ate. You can never give an ancestor burger, no matter how burger looks, no matter how attractive burger looks. You give them burger, they know it's not healthy, they will never eat it. Yes, we always want to create, and the creation of man have caused evil upon man. Look at our bushes, look at our forest is going on extinct. You know, we had medicine naturally. In Africa, when a person is sick, they know the person have mucus, and what do? They give them plants to clean the mucus. That is why we lived long. We had plants to support our system. But today they are creating medicine out of chemicals. So when you take medicine, it doesn't cure your disease, but it creates more chemical within. It's damaging the system instead of doing it good. Broken bones, they are leaves that you just put it over fire, you know, place it on the broken bone, tie the bone. Within 1 week, the bone is healed. Just a leaf. Just leaf. They are the same people who taught us to wear flip-flops, to wear shoe. We call it being civil and looking good. You know, but the same shoe you're wearing to look good is part of the things that are killing people. Why? Because they are no longer grounding themselves and connecting to the electrons of the earth. The earth gives some shock waves into the human body. So when you wear those rubber, you're preventing it from shocking you to experience healing within the body. The earth have electricity. You already have a natural rubber behind the leg. You have a natural rubber. And a lot of us are going to salon to scrape all those rubber out. You're scraping them out. You can imagine. They taught you to scrape them out for you to look good, you know. You're looking good. You call it fashion, looking good. You have to look good, you know. You have to scrape under your leg. You scrape it all off. Do you know what you're doing to yourself? Do you know what you're doing to yourself? You have a natural rubber, and your fellow man is telling you not to use your natural rubber on the earth. And then they gave you something to wear to make you civil. Do you know that you having a conscious mind can be prevented by just these flip-flops you're wearing to prevent that electricity entering your body? A lot of people, okay, let's go deeper. A lot of people talk about the ankh. They don't even know what the ankh is expressing. You talk about the ankh, you don't know. You talk about electricity, you give that acknowledgement to other people. Your ancestors created electricity, not the white people. This skin color created electricity. That is the ankh you're looking at. The ankh. The ankh is the formula of electricity. Positive, negative brings light. Mother and father brings child. The child is the light. That is the lamp. The lamp Jesus was carrying is the ankh. The lamp of God, the lamp, the light that comes from the knowledge within to express it, brought light, electricity, energy, batteries, cars, everything you see, airplane, everything. It started from Africa, stolen from Africa. It's a formula. Who created that? Your ancestors, you. And now all of you are looking at all those things. You no longer understand. You're confused. You don't even know what you created. You created them. They tell you one man, a white man created electricity. Where did he get the formula from? Why are they not talking about the formula itself? You people only think that the ankh is just expressing the vagina and the dick and all that. That is what people are explaining everywhere. You don't even know that the ankh is a lantern. The ankh is a lantern for ancestors' sake. It's a lantern. It's a lamp. It's a light. They are confusing everybody. They don't even look deep. The ankh is a lamp. That is why it's shaped like that, because it's a lamp. It's the bearer of life. It's a bearer of light. Light. You know, when you look at the ankh, it's expressing three things. And it's a natural law. It's a formula. And that formula, where did they get it from? They got it from the expression of the way we live in Africa. How do people multiply? A man and a woman must come together in order to be a child. And how do you elevate to yourself? Your body must give birth to the secretion called Christ. And you must allow this secretion to climb to the head in order to have a child, which is giving birth to Heru, the optic, enlightenment. And when you express that energy into the world, what do you have? You have cars, you have aeroplane, you have buildings, you have architectural design, you have different things. You have marine world, you have people building ships. You have people defying gravity. Everything that was created in the physical world, manufactured by a human being, started from your ancestors. They created the chart. But they will come and tell you a white man created electricity. You will jump up. But when you get to the ankh, the only thing an African can express is the ankh is the dick and the vagina. You people, una shame, they shame me. I never said there is no God. You are God. And why is it that you are a God? You are a God because you have something that makes you a God. So it's either you choose to be a God, or you will be a father of a God. So you can be a human being with limitation, without, you can live all your life without even attaining your essence as a God. Why? Because you have choose to use your secretion to aid civilization. And then you can also choose to use your secretion to do what? To aid enlightenment, which brings about the creation of things in the world. Okay, the first man on earth is your mother and your father. Those are your first man on earth. Those are your first Adam and Eve. Those are the first creation you know. And every other every other creation you know about in your family lineage was told by your father and your mother. Those are your first originator. So the story they should have told us is that our greetings, Kitanga, our mother and father is our Adam and Eve. Those are the first originator and your first creator. Who else created you? Tell me. Yes, thank you, Sasinara. Those are your first creator. And every other thing they told you about your family lineage is your history. That is what makes you who you are as a person with culture. So which other first creator are you looking for? I mean, your existence in a past life is gone, and that body is buried somewhere you don't even know and is rotten. But the chi, which is the soul and spirit, is what lives forever. It has eternal life. So that is what you should focus, because you're here. You've been created by two people, and those people are your originator. Okay, talk about the African calendar. Yes, there's a reason why there's a reason why there's a reason why in Africa we use the 4 days calendar. And if you look at the Gregorian calendar, but first of all, there's something I need to say very loud and clear. We don't use years in Africa. We don't count years. We count ages. So if you're an Igbo person, probably you've heard something like Afo. Afo doesn't mean years. Afo means ages. Why? Because we count through the seasons and we get the ages. So we don't count time in Africa. We don't count time. We use the sun to measure days. So we only count days. So each rising of the sun and going down of the sun is a day. That is how we count. So until we meet the rising sun of again, we have seen the next day. Okay, yes, thank you. The calendar is there if you need it. Sasinara, are you the one who talk? Okay, explain. Just send me your email and I will forward the calendar to you. So let me just go ahead and explain it. So we don't count like that. So we count 4 days, and we know that we have 4 elements, which is fire, water, earth, and air. So within this element, the sun starts with fire. It rises on fire, then it goes into earth, and from earth it moves it goes into water. From water it moves into earth. From earth, yes, send me your email privately, not here. I cannot copy your email here. So send it directly. Follow me and then inbox me your email. Yeah. So African calendar is 4 days according to the 4 elements and 4 cardinal points within the human being and outside the universe, which is the 4 cardinal points: north, east, west, and south. I don't know about the Chinese calendar. I know about African calendar, that we don't have years. What you people are calling years, Africa don't have it. We have ages. We don't count time. So the years, they added years during slavery, because if you have to take somebody as a slave, you have to know their years, you have to know some certain things about them in order to have a successful sale. So I don't care who irritates, I don't care who gets angry about slavery. It happened. It's our history. It's a part of things that happened to us. So we must talk about it. Our new generation must hear it. You know, just because it's painful doesn't mean you should throw it away. It happened to us. And all of these things we are going through, the programming started from that day. So we count 28 days before full moon. And each of the moons, we have names for them. You know? So we have... Yes, we need healing from the past. That is what I'm talking about. So it's getting you triggered because you existed at that time. All of you here existed during that time. Many of us. And some of our ancestors, that is why I keep saying it. Many of our ancestors, if you are offspring of Africa and you're living as a black American, shame on you. Your ancestors, they are not resting. Bring their sand to Africa. Bring their sand to Africa. It's very, very important. Bring them back home. We live in a new world now. All of you, pack sand. Pay for plane ticket. Find the money. It's important. Bring our ancestors back home. Bring their spirit and their soul. They have been roaming for a long time. You know. So, we use the 4 days according to the 4 elements. Thank you, Sassinori. We have the days as the 4 elements and 4 cardinal points. So within the human body is the 4 elements, and within the universe is the 4 cardinal points. So it's 4 days. The sun rising on fire into water, from water into earth, from earth to air. Then it comes back to fire again. That is how we count. So we have 7 weeks in 28 days. We have 7 weeks in 28 days, and we have 4 days a week. Now, what they did is, they didn't change much. Look at what they did. They turned it around. You know, they put the 7 weeks to 7 days, and then they put the 4 days to 4 weeks. So they added some days to the 28 days, making it 31, 30, and 29 to have a leap year. But all of the moons are 28. So what are they hiding from us? They are hiding the rising of the sun within our moon sign. Yes, I mean those of us who were born in the diaspora. They took our ancestors from here as slaves to the diaspora. If you fall into this category, your ancestors have not manifested. Bring them back home. Your land of birth is not your land of origin. I keep saying this. Just because you were born there doesn't mean it's your land. The spirit of your ancestors is not resting. So what you do is pack the sand from that land and bring it back home. Bring it back home. Bring it back home. All of you there claiming black American. There is nothing like black American. You are a black African. Bring the soul of your ancestors. That is the beginning of the unity of Africa. If this doesn't happen, all of you will be enslaved again. Mark my word. If this doesn't happen, all of you in the diaspora, you will suffer. You haven't even started. They haven't started though. They are coming. The one they are about to give to you people now. The one they are about to bring to you people now. Your tears will not be able to be shed. Look at my face. your tears will not be able to be shed. So if you think you're free, you're not yet free. The day you pack the sand of your ancestors and all of you gather in the airport, where are you going? I'm taking the soul of my ancestors back home. They will know you people are serious. So what are they hiding from us in order for them to change all of these things? What they are hiding for us is for you not to know what God is. Because if you know what God is and the process to rise the God within, all of you will become gods. So what do? They falsify everything so that they will give the knowledge to the few, which means they are using the knowledge to develop their own environment so that it will be so materialistic that you people will only dream to be there. So instead of focusing on rising yourself, you prefer to go and work there because the money is better. So Africa is neglecting themselves in order to continue being slaves. You know, goodness, they don't need DNA. They don't need DNA to be. You don't need a DNA to be a black African. You don't. You know, the only reason why all of them are still there is because that sand is not yet home. Let them start doing it. You see all of them deciding to come home immediately. Whoever have done this thing will never stay in that land. Naturally, your spirit, you wouldn't want it because it's a ritual. That is the same thing they are using to hold all of you. So they are coming. The one they are about to hit on people now is the pen cannot be bared. So you not even see tears to cry. So the one you people are crying is just little. So what they are hiding is the rising of the sun within our moon sign. That is why they changed our calendar. Why? Because if you know the rising of the sun within your moon sign, you will be God. How do you become God? The rising of the sun within your moon sign is the day you were born. Why is the day you were born very important? The day you were born relates to every month. It relates to every month. So why some of you who are born in a month that is 31st, 30, and 29, while you're thinking that is your original date of birth, it is not even your original date of birth. Good rise, Jamina. You know? So why do you think doing your birthday every day, they taught you how to celebrate birthday? The celebration of your birthday is also programming. They made your birthday so important that you neglected other months that your birth date fall on. Thank you, Jimba. Solar return. They made you to neglect it so much that you only care about. In fact, in other months, you're dreaming, my birthday is coming up, my birthday is coming up. Your birthday is coming up, but they have been the return of Jesus Christ every month. They told you to wait for the return of Jesus Christ, but the return of Jesus Christ is been happening within you every month. Every blessed month, you have been experiencing the return of Christ, the return of the Son of Man. It happens every month on your birthday. So if you look at it, if the whole month is 28 days, which means your birthday is not even correct. So what do you do as an African? You go back and start calculating your own birthday to get your original birthday so that you will know when the secretion happens. So when this secretion happens, you're supposed to be celibate from the day of your birthday till 21 days after full moon. That is how you rise Christ. And while you're doing it, you need to mind what you're eating. A lot of you are saying, how do I elevate myself to gain clairvoyant? How do I elevate my third eye? The third eye is the optic thalamus. And this is how you elevate it. I have told you. That is what I'm saying, SROS. When you're born on 22nd, when the whole moon is 28 days. And now, some of that moons, you have 31, you have 30, and you have 29. Which means if you're born on the 22nd, is not correct. That is not your original birthday. That is not your original birthday. Your original birthday is not 22nd. So that is what they are doing. They are zombifying the people. You know, what you think is right is not even right. You're not even close to being right. So I promise people I'm not going to use allegory in this program. No allegory. I'm saying it as it is. So if you want to elevate your third eye in order for you to find your purpose, calling, and be able to create, the first thing you do is clear your karmic debt. And after you have done that, find the rising of the sun within your moon sign, which is your solar return, the day you were born. So the solar return happens every moon within the 28 days. And right now, I have 28 people following, watching this program right now. 28. So, what you should do now, since the whole month is 28, what you should do is start calculating. And when you're celebrating your Christmas, you have already crossed what? You have already crossed New Year. You have already crossed New Year when you're celebrating your Christmas. You see, they created everything to remove the optic from people understanding. So everything they are doing is to put people in an illusion. I was born in a Jehovah's Witness. So that is why a lot of people, you bring the Bible to me, I know it front and back. So what are you going to tell me about the Bible? I mean, I preached to people, man. I preached to people. No religious organization know the Bible more than those people. They just know the Bible, but they don't have the understanding of what the Bible is talking about. They told you the paradise is on earth, which is the new world. And they know that the creation of that paradise is within. But that is what they are not telling their followers. That you have to stand up and create your own heaven by yourself. And how do you create your own heaven? By elevating yourself. You know, see, a lot of people have the ability to understand something, but few people have the ability to understand what is being said. What makes you different from a programmed person is because you have the ability to be curious and ask questions. In African religion, any child that doesn't ask questions is not valued. They look at you as unintelligent being. Why? Because they know that for a child to be enlightened and intelligent, there should be a curiosity within that child that makes the child question everything that is not right. That is the test we all went through during initiation. They bring something to you and tell you, why is this thing not like this? Is there anything you're noticing? They will just arrange something, allow people to ask questions, keep you quiet, and see if somebody will ask question about that. That is how they groomed our mental. Yes, we have the ability to create so many things when we were younger, when we were a child, especially when we were between 7 years and 10, 7 years and 13. Why? Because this secretion within us as a child, we were not misusing it. It was going in circle. When the lower body creates this secretion, it goes back to the head as a child. So the consciousness of a child is higher than the person who is controlling the child. So if the mother of a child is programmed, the child is conscious. So about the child is from 5 years, the mother is already putting in her own programming into the child. So by the time the child turns 17, the child is fully programmed into confusion. Imagine a child is taught this knowledge, which means at about 25, the child is not wasting their secretion. They are not engaging into too much sexual activities. Everything is controlled. You have taught them properly. Imagine the kind of world we will have in Africa. If a Chinese man want to groom their child, what do? They send the child to a mosque, a monk. Why are they sending the child to a monk? To learn energy and consciousness. What do they do in monks? They teach them how to exercise the body. And when the body is raised, the energy of the body is raised. What you call energy is not consciousness. What you call energy does not relate to your spiritual aspect. But what you call energy is the force that carries the innermost part of yourself, which means you can have energy and not have consciousness. And so, you can be conscious and not have energy. Now, what they do in the monk is to bring together the mind, the body, the spirit, and the soul. That is what they do. And now they teach them in the monks to be celibate. So which means in the monks, they don't engage in sexual activities, and everything they eat is regulated to teach them discipline. Nobody have discipline in Africa. A normal 15-year-old in Africa is already introduced into sexual activities. You see, self-mastery is the principal key of life. People cannot control their demons. People are talking about their demons. They don't even understand what the demons mean. Your demons is the urge to answer the call of the flesh. And what do you do in order to gain that enlightenment? You have to discipline the body, which means you have to control the hungers of the flesh. How do you control the hungers of the flesh? You gain self-awareness. Self-awareness is about understanding yourself and having awareness of yourself. You know, Even while you're living your life thinking that you're living your life, you think you're in control of your thoughts. No, you're living by indoctrination. You're living the way they want you to live. How much do you spend to get a porn? I mean, I can just go online now and type it. I get a porn. No security, nothing. I can download it. It's open to everyone. Children gather together. You don't even know what they do. In fact, children are faster to get things online today than when we were children. So that energy have to be groomed and nurtured. In Africa, we don't even have schools that teach us true channeling of self, because this is the most important education one must apply to themselves. Yes. Why? Because they are not engaging into some certain things, Gemina. Immediately a child is introduced into sexual activities, they lose all of their abilities. That is why a virgin in some certain area of Africa would jump over a horse and that horse will be healed. It is because they carry a particular type of consciousness that other people don't have. But we live in a world where we have been taught. Oh, okay, is the network. We live in a world where we have been taught to value sexual immorality more than adding that principle to ourselves. This world is governed by principle. We live by natural laws. And if you go against the natural laws and principle, you live in like that because you are programmed. Nobody tells anybody the truth about the true principles. A normal African child doesn't even know that his ancestors, her ancestors invented electricity and batteries. They don't even know, because nobody is telling them that in school. Even the system of education is regulated. So imagine a child who grows up from child and you're telling the child your ancestors invented the light bulb. Your ancestors invented electricity. Imagine how the child will be. Yes, the network is somehow right now. I don't know. It's kind of foggy. I think there is a downpour. Yes, because they have committed so many sacrilege against innocent people. So they will scatter like dust. How would they scatter like a dust? By us understanding ourselves. The knowledge of self is most important. That is why they removed it. They removed it from us. They took it away from us. Why? Because when a man knows themselves, they are powerful. So even without the government, you can create by yourself. You can survive. So they removed the knowledge of self from the people. Why? Because you have to be dependent in order for you to survive. That is the key. But when you are a God does not depend on anyone to survive. You start to create. And when you create, you begin to manifest. But when you pray, you become lazy. You no longer believe in yourself. That belief, you're giving it to something else. You're giving it to something else. A lot of African children is fighting more of self-esteem because they don't even possess the knowledge of themselves. Nobody knows themselves. Nobody knows their history. Like I said, so many Africans talk about the ankh, and the only knowledge they have about the ankh is the dick and the private part of a woman, the vagina. That is the only thing they know about the ankh. But the ankh is a lamp. It's a light bulb. But yet, all of you see light bulb every day, every blessed day. You don't know that the ankh is a light bulb. The bulb you're looking in your house that you see electricity. That is the ankh. That is the lamp of God. When a positive and a negative comes together, what does it bring? It brings light. And when a man and a woman comes together, what does it bring? It brings a child, life. And do you know that light is also life? The light bulb is a light bulb because it's alive. And when it's dead, it no longer gives light. You know? So it's all the same thing. Which means you can also use that secretion to create life within. That is what I'm saying. You are the deity. So that deity you people have been killing blood to, you are that deity. So why kill blood onto it? When you can learn about yourself and express yourself. I mean, the only thing that can hinder a man is karma. That is what I know. The only thing that can hinder you is karma. Repercussions from what you have done. Whatever you sow, you reap. You can never plant a coconut and reap date. No, they might look the same, but they don't produce the same thing. A man can never plant an apple and expect to have cherry. No. It is what you reap, you get. It's tough. It's a tough one. Karma is tough. When you go through karma like that, it feels like the whole world is chasing and against you. That is why we need to be very, very careful what we do. Give the right knowledge to the people. What you call the ankh is the light bulb. That is the formula they use to create electricity. So you people should start explaining the truth the way it is. Allow our children know that our ancestors started this. Our ancestors created battery. That pyramid you're seeing there is battery. It retains energy. Yes. Why will you say you have a problem in the first place when you are a creator with solutions and opportunities? But the reason why nobody is understanding this is because we are worshiping a God that doesn't exist. We have been removed from the acknowledgement of the true God. God lives within because you have something within you can use to create a human being and also create enlightenment within. So the duality is a choice, is a decision, is either you choose to add to civilization or you are to sacrifice the sun in order for you to gain enlightenment. So which one are you choosing to do? You can protect yourself from negative energy, but you can never protect yourself from karma if you don't cleanse it. Yes, light comes from within, but how do you activate the light within? With the secretion you carry. That is why I'm here. I'm telling people that we are wasting the secretion. If you look at the kind of sexual intercourse you engage in a month, you will know the reason why you are not getting enlightenment. All your meditation is in vain because you don't even know what you're doing. If you have to meditate, you think it's an easy work? You start from your birthday every month till 21 days after the full moon. I'm telling you, this is a way of life and a principle you need to add to your life. You know? So without this, you can never activate your chi. You can never activate your chi if you're not applying the true principle of law and order. Law and order, which means there is an order you need to follow, is a law. Everything you see in the physical world, you go to court. You go to court because that knowledge exists within you. It's within you. A lot of people say, I want to activate my chi. I want to rise my chi. How do you rise your chi? You must know your original birthday. Like I said, the Gregorian calendar is falsified. So if you know your birthday, from your birthday till after full moon, you will rise your consciousness. Apply it into your life. That is how you elevate and open the third eye. Which other third eye do you want to open? That is the optic. That is the Heru. The child born out of divine marriage. So when you teach your children about the pyramid, please remind them that the Tesla you see today was created out of the knowledge of the pyramid, because the pyramid is the greatest battery ever built by African people. That pyramid, a lot of Africans love Tesla so much, they love the car so much and they want to buy it. Do you know how that knowledge started? Your ancestors created that knowledge, and today is in existence because your ancestor owned the formula, and all those things they are using it to create everything. Who gets the homage? Who are they paying homage to? Do you know the amount that knowledge can generate for Africa alone? But yet nobody talks about it. Who talks about all that? Nobody. They are stealing our knowledge every day. Our knowledge, they are stealing it every day. That is why the place they called Egypt is so important for them. They secured it so much. And you going there yourself, you're going there because all the important things have been taken away. That is why they are even allow you to go there as a tour. But we don't even know it. Why? Because our eyes is not open to the truth. Thank you, light and dark. Africa is no longer in possession of it. They have taken everything away. Why? Because you people refuse to open your eyes. You people refuse to wake up. Nobody wants to wake up. They tell you the true pattern, the true principle you apply to your life in order for you to wake up. No, because you love sexual activity so much, you can't even stay for 6 months or even 1 year without it. And you think some people have been taught that when you have sex, you use it as a form of worship and energy. You gain energy from it. Why is it that the sexual organ is located at the root chakra? Think. I talked about Anubis the other time. Some African people who preach about our spirituality don't even know the meaning of Anubis. Anubis is the expression of your animal-like side. And I said it, the Anubis is ruled by what? The sexual organ. And what is governing the Anubis? The root chakra. And what does the root chakra do? You use it for sexual activities. That is why if you look at so many people, they have a problem elevating the root chakra. Why? Because they're always into sexual activities. At least in the olden days, a man can only marry a woman who is also elevated. But now, how many of you, women and men, are engaging with a partner who is also elevated? Grand Rising Joe Smith. So it's either a woman is elevated in our community or a man is elevated. And most women are naturally elevated because their circle is moving according to the moon. But the worst part of it today is our women now, even when they are walking the circle, they are also engaging in sexual activities. They can't even endure it. It is Anubis because you can't control it. It's the animal part of you. That is why they called it Anubis, animal. That is what makes you an animal. You know, that is animal. Some people will tell you when you have sexual activities, the chakra will be open. Imagine. Just imagine. When you have sexual activities, your chakra will be open. How do you know that the person you're having sexual activities is an elevated being? A woman brings balance to a man. How does a woman bring balance to a man? She brings balance to the man because she is balanced herself. When a man looks for balance, you can never see it within yourself. You see it in the hands of a woman. Why? Because she is balanced. You know? We need balance. Without the balance, we cannot survive. Why? Because they know very well that a woman brings enlightenment to the men. But what did they do? They demonized our women in the front of our men. So when a man, an African man, look at the woman, no respect. I always say it. These days, we no longer marry for love. Our ancestors must have taken their wife without the expression of the love the way you people are showing it today, or pretending. But our ancestors, one thing I know is they married for respect and value. When they look at a woman, they value that woman and they respect the woman. Why? Because they know that she brings balance. and she is balanced. Now you see a woman who is from 13 years, she's already into sexual activities, and before she grows into 25 and gets married, she have already tested more than 40 men. And then all of those 40 men left trauma in her life. The same thing to a man. Some men are dwelling in trauma, a lot of trauma, disappointment from many women. No more respect, no more value. And now you call this word, now you marry for love. You don't even know what love means. You say you love somebody, you don't have respect, you don't have value for them. How is that love? Why? Because we no longer love ourselves. Love should come from within. It is only when you value and respect yourself, you will know the value and respect in another. A lot of our ancestors never kissed themselves. Some of our ancestors didn't even see the breast of their wife. Many of us discriminate that. We say, it's old time. That thing they were doing is not love. It's old thing, old pattern, old fashion. The new fashion. Is it love? Can you look at your woman and say you respect and value them? Can you look at your man and you say you respect and value them? But yet, you say you love somebody, you cheat on them. How is that love? Where is respect? Where is value? Is there love and respect there? No. No respect, no value. Because you're cheating. Our ancestors respected and valued their wife. So many of us now are robbing our rubbish in front of our partner, robbing it so hard. Why? Because there is no respect and there is no value. No respect and value. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Why? Because you respect and value yourself. How many of you love your neighbor truthfully like you love yourself with respect and value? None. Because I know it very well that what you respect and value, you will not cheat on that thing. Because you respect them and you value them. That is true love. How can you tell a person you love them, but yet you don't respect them and you don't value them? Why wouldn't they fight you? They will fight you because you're telling the truth. The truth triggers. You know? Nobody is in love. Nobody in this present fashion. None of you are in love. Nobody is in love. None of us are in love. Nobody respect each other. Nobody value each other. It's not love. Do you know the meaning of love? The meaning of love is respect and value. When you respect and value a person, that means you love them. It's not when you kiss them in public, you take them out, you buy this and you buy that, and tomorrow you disrespect them. That isn't love. That is not what our ancestors did. Our ancestors might not be romantic, but they loved. That is raw love and respect. There is none of that now. Our ancestors were the one who actually show love. So when this new fashion, we talk about love, I look at people and I love them. You tell somebody you love them and you can easily cheat on the next person. Easily, very simple. You just go and cheat like nothing happened. It's so rampant. Our women don't even know how to work and gain for themselves. They rely on cheating in order for them to make money. You see? So a lot of you will stand and say, I love you. I love you more than I love myself. You can never love a person more than you love yourself. And you who they are telling that kind of a thing, I think there is a programming in you for you to even believe that. How can you believe that somebody loves you more than they love themselves? That is not possible. It is from the love you have for yourself, the respect and the value you have for yourself, you can express in another. And you can also recognize when somebody is loving and respecting you, valuing you through yourself. If you don't know it within, you can never recognize it. Even when somebody is waving it at your face like this, I love you, I love you, I love you. You will also see it because of the trauma other people have left in you. Yes, you not being able to trust a person is because of your own triggers. It's because somebody has wounded your trust. So instead of healing, people are coming from a traumatized relationship into another traumatized relationship. And that is the pattern. It keeps going on. It keeps going on. So this is a disease that is affecting the whole world right now. Nobody is healing. You come out from one relationship that you have gone through so much thing. You need to give yourself some time in order to heal and release all of that energy. You're jumping into another relationship so soon. How about giving yourself 2 years to love yourself, nurture yourself, and understand yourself? So that when somebody comes with the intention of loving you, you can see through them. You can see through them. When you see through them, you understand if actually they are loving you truthfully. Because this word love is spiritual. No matter how you term it, it's a spiritual thing. I mean, you can never come to me and say, I love you so much, and you're not loving yourself. You don't even value yourself. You don't even respect yourself. So how can you love and respect me or even value me in the first place? You see the problem? A lot of us are in a relationship carrying wounds that the person in our present relationship didn't play a part in, and then we give the anger. Why? Because he is a man or a woman. So because he is a man or a woman, they have to pay for your hurt. You know? And then they tell you to go to therapy. There is no therapy greater than you telling yourself the truth. That is the greatest therapy. Tell yourself the truth. Tell yourself, I am injured and I need healing. I am wounded. I need healing. I need to heal myself. I need to give myself time to release all of this trauma, to release all of this energy. So that when you enter into a relationship, you can see clearly. That is why people are running after where they are not valued, because of attachment. You don't even know yourself. You start a relationship with sexual activities. When the sexual activity is removed, the relationship is lost. Why? Because there is no respect and there is no value in the first place. Nobody even knows what they want. The value of love is you look beautiful, you have big breasts, and you have big backside. You're nice looking. That is the value of love. That is what people express love as. If you're beautiful, you have nice shape, you are a wonderful person. And if you're a man, you have money and you're riding a nice car. That is the fantasy of every people. So you are falling in love with your fantasy and you've never asked your spirit, what does it want? So in order to see through somebody's spirit, you have to understand your own soul. You have to understand your own spirit. How can you even recognize my spirit when you don't know my own? How? How can you see my spirit? You don't know your spirit. It is when you have dined with your own spirit, you have dined with your spirit. Then when you dine with another people's spirit, you can see through the spirit. You can understand the words and language of the spirit. Why? Because you understand your own spirit. A lot of people don't even know themselves. They don't know their demons. They don't even embrace their triggers. You see truth because you love yourself. You have told yourself the truth so many times. You see truth because you have told yourself the truth so many times. You have faced it. And you can only see clearly because you have seen yourself clearly. People no longer listen to what people are not saying, but rather we listen to ourselves. When you're having a statement or a conversation with your spouse, we are listening to ourselves. Nobody is having the true conversation with their partners. You see? So what we have been successfully doing is reflecting our wounded side in another. Why? Because it wasn't healed. Thank you. That is reflecting the wounded side. So instead of listening, they are waiting to respond without even understanding what is being said. Do you know a woman can fight you just to seek care? She can tell you you're stupid. She can tell you you're the worst person on earth. But if you have eyes of the spirit and you look at her, all she just wants is attention. What haven't you been doing right? But our men, you will fight him. You fight. You blow her. You fight her. When you neglect her, she will fight you. Even when she knows you're busy and you're working on yourself, she will fight you. Why? Because she is no longer seeing the value. And if you're in a relation with a true woman, if you hurt her, things will go bad for you. Why? Because she is also responsible of your creation. Because in her mind, she is creating for you. A woman is always creating for the one she loves. That is why the upliftment and the worldliness of a man is in the hands of a woman he is with. Why? Because the vision of your future, all you need to do is tell the woman, this is my vision for the future. And if she likes it, she will start creating with you. She creates. A lot of you are in love with the physicality, but you're not in love with the spirituality of a person. It's all about the physical aspect of that person. If you are polygamous in nature, tell your partner on time that you are polygamous in nature, so that they know it on time. So it is going to be their choice to decide, and not when you are into the marriage and you suddenly become polygamous in nature. Man, they can sue you for that, and you pay heavily for wasting their time. It's about time African people, African men should understand that we are not polygamous in nature. We respect and value our women. So if you are bringing polygamous in nature as a man, that is your nature as a person, not the nature of Africans. It is you. You just want to use a legal means to test every pom-pom you see. You're just using a legal means in order for you to test every pom-pom. It is not our way of life. It's your way of life. You want every pom-pom. So instead of you to admit that you love every pom-pom, you say you want to marry all of the pom-pom. If you're a man, are you more polygamous in nature than a woman? Do you know that a woman attracts? All of the women a man have in her life, you pursued all of them. But that woman was just sitting there and you came. Even your pregnant wives walking on the road to still have somebody who is richer than you chasing her. If you don't know it. That your wife you're mistreating, talking to her anyhow. That your wife. They are men who are double time richer than you, who are still chasing her the way she is. So who still want her with all of your kids? They want her, but because you don't respect and value her, you don't see her true nature. No man in this existence is more polygamous in nature than a woman. Kai. It's against nature. Nature does not approve one wife. It's against two wives. Nature is one man, one woman, and a child. One man, one woman, children. I don't think, I know it, and all of the women know it. A woman is more principled than a man. Just because we have ego, so much ego, we don't want to acknowledge that. No man in this life is more polygamous in nature than a woman. No. Just because she's principled, she's not telling you that in order not to hurt your ego. A woman doesn't chase. A woman attracts. They just sit down like this. You'll be pursuing them. Even when she's not looking beautifully the way she wants, she have a gift that attracts you. As a man. A man is the chaser. And you chasing a woman, you think it is because of the sweet words you told her that makes her agree for you. She have already agreed for you before you started coming. She laid the carpet for you so well, so it will be easy for you. She just wanted you to, just show that you are interested. Do the work, And a man, because we are so egoistic, we put our ego in front. We don't see truth. No man in this life is more polygamous in nature. When you talk about nature and polygamous, being polygamous in nature, a woman should proudly say that. Even when a woman loves you, she's looking at you and she's even thinking if she's not making a mistake choosing you. Do you know how many men who are, when we talk about financially okay, but still with your ego, she will be principled and be with you without even cheating on you. But you, a man, you claim to be polygamous. You that is not even close to polygamous. You are polygamous in nature, yet you are pursuing every woman you see. Is that the nature of being polygamous? The natural state of being polygamous is you're sitting and they are coming. A woman will even cheat on you, self, without you knowing. You know? So you men should stop saying that. And when it's not good when you people say it and you attach it to our culture. Men decided to marry many wives out of their own greed because they want to use culture to hide. I mean, if you like many women, it's your way, it's your nature as a person. Say it. I like so many women. And when you are meeting a woman, just because the power of a woman is being stripped off from them, doesn't mean they should be treated like nothing. When you come into the life of a woman, tell her you are polygamous in nature, that you like so many women. Then it will be left for her to accept that. Be bold enough. That is what makes you a man. That is what makes you a being that speaks its truth. Tell the person, see, babe, I am polygamous in nature. I like many women. I like them different sizes. So it will be her decision. It's about time that if you don't make this statement and you move into marriage with a woman, you should be held responsible to pay fine, a lot of money for wasting her time. See, let me tell you something. A woman can love you and have so many other crushes, but because of her principle and the way they are nurtured, she can love you, so her love can overpower the affection she has for other people. But naturally, when you talk about being polygamous in nature, now woman, they polygamous in nature. A man is not polygamous in nature. How many women can you sleep with a day? Do you want to die? Do you know how many men a woman can sleep with in a day? Do you know? As a man, if they stand you in the road to use your body to walk, how much can you make in a day? How much can you make? You see, not many. Not many compared to what a woman will make. Why? Because she is polygamous in nature. She has the ability to receive as many men she wants. That is her nature. And some men will just come up like this and say, I am polygamous in nature. What? How? What makes you polygamous in nature? Because you're chasing a woman, you call yourself polygamous in nature. You should have just sit down and allowed the woman to chase you now. You're chasing somebody who is polygamous in nature and you're calling yourself polygamous in nature. What? That is one of the most dumbest word I've ever heard. Most dumbest word I've ever heard. I've never said that word in my life. Me come out like this and say I am polygamous in nature. No. My mom told me some story. She said when she was pregnant of me and my sister and my elder brother, men were still coming to her. Even when she has given birth, she's carrying her child on the back. Men are still coming. That is the principle I'm talking about. Women are guided by principle. So even when you see a man on the road and you like their nature and you like the man, your love still overpowers that feeling. That is what makes you a woman. That is why you are the most powerful being. That is what makes you a god. So you can see somebody and just say, ah man, this guy is beautiful. You confirm, yes, he is beautiful. You like the guy. But mostly, if you weren't in a relationship with that person, you would have jumped into that guy. You would have created a path that will allow the guy come to you. When you go and chase a woman, you think you're the one who have gotten her. Yeah, she got you. She's the one who got you. You didn't get her. If she refused you, that relationship wouldn't stand. You two are in the relationship because she accepted. Yes, she accepted. That is because you are with her. If she said no, will you be there? So even when she look at you coming from afar, she already know that this man is the one I want. So they choose you. She chose you. You didn't choose her. She wanted you. So no matter how you run away from it, no matter how you don't want to accept the truth, please, men, stop saying you're polygamous in nature. It's very disrespectful. Stop claiming what you are not. You are not even close to it. If 5 women come now and stand now, how many can you run? But one man cannot stand 5 women. But one woman can stand 5 men, or even more. Thank you, Jimbe. You are among the enlightened men that knows what they are doing. I love you for that. You're a true African. Do you know that the original Rastafarian of Africa respect that? They don't marry many wives. You don't marry more than one wife. You don't try it. In origin of the original Rastafarians, marrying more than one wife, you are removed from Rastafarian. They don't regard you as original, as a true Rastafarian. So it is in African spirituality. They disrespect men who marry too much wife. Why? Because they see them as people who don't know what they want. Because if you knew what you want in the first place, you end with one. So women always know what they want more than the men. A woman knows more of what they want than a man. Women know more of what they want than a man. Oh. No, it's not okay, because if you look at African spirituality is talking about one man, one woman, and a child. Thank you, Angelita. Thank you, Angelita. This is the expression of someone who is polygamous in nature. That is how they express themselves. Have you ever heard a man speak like this? A woman will create the table for you and make it hard or soft, depending on how she wants the game. Because you coming to play the game, she likes it. It is like the game of chess. So when you're coming to a woman, she gives you a table of chess. So the game starts. No, you're not crazy, love lady. So when the game starts, she is enjoying it. She's laying the table for you. You think you are the one toasting her. And all of your sweet words, she's laughing at you. When you say those sweet words, she's laughing at you. Why? She's the one who is making the table. She's the one playing the game. And in the end, she will allow you to win. Why? Because she wants you in her life. She loves you. That is why she wants you to come into her life. So while you're thinking you're the one who started the game, you didn't. You didn't even play any role in starting the game. She started everything. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's a collective enlightenment for all African children. It's a collective. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you all for having everyone here once again. And it's been a wonderful program today, and we've learned a lot. So please, let's go back to the days we used to value our women, because our women hold a lot of wisdom. Thank you, Marty. Good to have you here again. We hold wisdom, and that wisdom is something we should start nurturing within ourselves. You know, those days where our women used to be nurtured and taught by our older women. That is why we don't keep our older women in the hospital. Why? Because they carry wisdom and they teach our women. Why? The elders of the land teach the men by initiating them into the African way of spirituality. All of that doesn't happen anymore. Thank you, Ashe. Ashe to you. So as I said, all the deities you're killing blood to dwells within you. What our ancestors did was just to acknowledge them. Please. Thank you, Sasinari. Thank you so much. So please, let's go back to the way we used to be. Religion taught us to disrespect our women, and that is what we have been doing. We've been disrespecting our women. Let's go back to the time we used to respect and value them. They have to attack our women because they knew that in order to enslave a people, you have to destroy the image of their women in the eyes of the men. And that is what they have successfully done by telling us that a woman was created out of the rib of a man. No, a man was created out of the vagina of a woman. And anything that is not expressed in this nature is false. You exist today because a man planted a seed into a woman, and that seed became a creation, which is a human being. And what I'm saying in essence is that this same thing you use to create a human being is what they call God, and that is the only thing they have hidden from us. So if you want to know God and you want to align with God, you have to use this secretion to create the child within, which is the consciousness and enlightenment. So it's either you're sacrificing the Son of Man in order to gain enlightenment, in order to gain heaven and the land of milk and honey, or you are sacrificing it in order for us to have civilization and to multiply. So we should go back the days where we were true African, where we respected our women and we valued them. Love does not exist anymore. You can say you love a person and you don't value and respect them. Love is a definition of respect and value. You cannot cheat on somebody you have respect and value for. Please, let's learn to respect and value each other. It's very, very important. Our women have been taught the way of materialism. Materialism is not the way of spirituality. Materialism was created in order to remove us from the spiritual aspect of us, which is the natural law. So while you're pursuing materialism, you're losing the spiritual aspect of yourself. So may Orisha bless every one of us. May we be blessed within. So let's start channeling and do libation for our ancestors, because the land is within. Everything in the land, our ancestors dwells within it. So please, for those of you who live in diaspora, please bring back the sand of your ancestors where they walked. Bring it back home so that the spirit of our ancestors will be free. Please always remember to tell your truth. That is the most important step of spirituality. Thank you everyone for being here with me. Ra Divine, great Ra Sing for to everybody. Ra Divine.